All right, Rico, I think we're good to get started.
Are we good to go? All right.
Good to go.
Welcome everybody. Critters bi-weekly town hall. I know you're all eager to understand the changes that have happened with Microsoft and Mojang. So I will hand it over to Buffy, who will be able to give you more information.
All right, thanks, Rigo. Well, as everyone knows, there's been huge changes to Minecraft's guidelines on blockchain NFTs that was released 2 days ago, and it surprised like everyone in the NFT Minecraft space because like in the past we've all asked Mojang about like Mojang's IP enforcement about compliance of blockchain NFTs. uh we've asked them many times, and every time they've said it's okay, just like you can do what you want, as long as uh players it's like players get fair access to the server, and it's like typical guidelines for other servers. But then like all of a sudden they just decided to change it on us, so it's like quite shocking to everyone. But so like right now we're talking to Mojang, and they said they're still formalizing the EULA guidelines, which we should expect to come out in like a couple of weeks. Uh, in the meantime, they said like no server will be impacted until the owners have been formally contacted. So we're okay to operate as is for now. Um, so right now we're also talking to other NFT Minecraft projects like NFT Worlds, Gridcraft, Llamaverse, and others, on potential alternatives to Minecraft if the new guidelines strictly ban NFTs. Um, and potential solutions are we can build on top of some open source solution that's similar to Minecraft, or we can start from scratch. Of course, like we're open to these options, but we also do have some other alternatives that we like to discuss with you guys. So we'll go over these from the least to most significant change. First one, we try to comply with Minecraft's new guidelines for NFT and blockchain. This assumes that Mojang still allows us to use NFTs and blockchain, but just with stricter limitations. From like what we know so far, the main requirements would be that players would need to have equal access to the functionalities and have a level playing field. So basically means no play to win type of games. And the in-game currency must have no real world value. This one is slightly harder to understand because technically, like in any Minecraft server, if your token is tradable, people will find ways to sell it for money. Like I can give you 1,000 gems, and you can transfer $5 to my PayPal. So feel like there are ways to comply to this while still on the blockchain. And the last one, this one is a little strange. They say that assets cannot have digital scarcity. This already exists on a bunch of non-NFT Minecraft servers, and I believe it's like with items like Elytra and Netherite, it's already built into Minecraft. So it's a little strange, but that's what they've asked for thus far. Um, but like in the case that Moyan does decide to completely ban NFTs and blockchain until they believe it's more secure for their players, what we can do is temporarily move all assets off chain. So for critters, like being able to easily bridge assets on chain, off chain, probably the most important feature. It's like what makes your plots, critters, block ownership all reflect on chain and off chain. And like for the cosmetic and custom item things we're building right now, this also would require some form of on-chain, off-chain bridge. So like this is already a core feature for critters. It's mainly just that we would put things off-chain for now. And if Mojang decides to allow NFTs again, we would just like flip the switch and let everyone go back and forth on the chain, on the bridge. Um, but during this period, it is possible for a third party to build a decentralized bridge, which allows players to convert any tradable assets into NFTs and back. Uh, so like a bridge like this would be completely facilitated by the players. So it would require no interaction from the server or client, no integration from server or the client. Um, so then like there's no responsibility for from the server or the game side, and uh, it also means that like the bridge could work with any game without any form of permission from the game or the server that the bridge is being used on. So like as an example, any player with a Minecraft account would be able to sell any item from any server as NFTs. This could work for like on Hypixel, Mineplex, Critters, or any other server. The same goes for like if a CS:GO player wants to sell their skin, they can turn it into NFT and sell it without having to talk to Steam or CS:GO or yeah. It's completely permissionless, and the players can do it without requiring anything from the game or the server. Uh, so to the next option, that's if we want to move away from Minecraft, we would need to migrate to open source Minecraft-like game. There are a few existing options, like one is called Minetest. The main benefit here would be like we'd be able to have native Web3 support because like we can modify the code however we want, and also having the benefit of not having to build from scratch. Obviously, like this is a lot more work because there's a lot more code to write, and also to get to the same level as Minecraft, it would require, Minecraft took years to polish, and there's already a very strong modding community and large player base. So starting from scratch would mean that we would need to like we lose all of these benefits. Um, and if the open source options are suboptimal in terms of like design performance, uh, it could make sense to also build a game from scratch. This would give us the most creative freedom and design the Web3 integration from the grounds up. But of course, this would take even more time. Typically, like building a game from scratch would take years. If everyone in the Minecraft NFT space works together, we might be able to do this faster. And there is potential collaboration that could happen between projects. We know that NFT worlds have publicly announced that they'll go down this path. Um, Also, like another option is like if we're able to build a very minimal game that takes advantage of Web3, kind of like what StepN did, it might make sense to also start from scratch. Um, yeah, and moving even further into the extreme, it's also possible for us to fully pivot into a new Web3 native game or a blockchain product. Some of the like most interesting things happening in crypto right now are around zero knowledge proofs, and we think like there's a lot of interesting problems that can be solved with this. Um, but that's just a very extreme option. In this case, like critters holders, plot holders would get benefits, or like they would get some form of ownership of the things that gets built in this case. Um, and yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like everyone who is part of Critters is here because we believe there's opportunity to build interesting product that solve real problems. For Critters right now, it's like creating a new genre of games that are more engaging and rewarding for the players. Um, yeah, so those are the paths we're considering as of right now. All right.
Yeah. I just want to add something as well on these options. I know that most of you guys have seen the announcements from other NFT projects or Minecraft NFT projects like NFT Worlds and Gridcraft, and you see that a lot of people have gone down the route of making their own client stuff. One thing to note, and the reason why we're not fully, going at it right now, is one, we want to make sure that we fully understand and get the EULA guidelines before we make any, concrete decisions and put us down a path that we can't come back from. But also to recognize like why we chose Minecraft in the first place. Minecraft was chosen because it's has years of polish, and building a game of that caliber is not easy. It has extensive modding community, a lot of existing things that people have built, and a large player base. So to also note that if we do go down that same route that everyone else is going down, um, there is a risk, a very high risk for investors. How are we going to get platform adoption? How long will the game take to build? Things like that are very easily underestimated. So it's a very conscious decision that we have to make.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sorry to interrupt, but go on, Bob.
As well as I want to add on to this that we have been offered a lot of options in regards to moving to another platform. But as Nap said, we are waiting on the guidelines to be announced because although it was cutthroat, the actual article didn't state the actual rules. It gave a lot of statements that weren't so much accurate towards the NFT space. And it is important to note that Minecraft, even before rejecting any and all NFT integration, was not NFT friendly, especially the community. This game wasn't built to be compatible with Web3 in a lot of ways. It's a widely available game for a lot of audiences, kids, adults, and this made it massively attractive for different NFT projects to work on. Unfortunately, there were a lot of projects that took Mojang's IP that gave the NFT and Web3 space a bad name or a bad reputation. This isn't something that we can easily ignore. But the main issue with building a game from scratch, regardless of the budget, is the amount of time it would take us. Well, as far as you guys know, Minecraft has been in development since before May 2010, which was 12 years ago. And the amount of time that it takes to build an actual game related to Minecraft is seen through Hytale, which has been in development since 2015 and was created by Hypixel due to these constraints that Mojang decided to place. And right now, 2022, it's still unreleased. So for a lot of NFT projects, this might seem like an attractive option, but it's not one that we can work on and say that we will work on in this amount of time. So we need to know the guidelines first to make a decision. That's all.
All right, thanks, guys. I think everybody's been very informative. We do have a couple of questions in the town hall chat there. Are we okay to answer those ones now?
Yeah, let's go ahead with that.
Okay. The first one is from Kongpunk ETH. Is the treasury large enough to weather the Microsoft announcement so the team can continue building Critters? Buffy's.
Depends on what you mean, what it means to build. If it's to fund an entire game engine, a game from scratch, that's compared to that's at the scope of Minecraft, that would probably cost millions, like 10, somewhere between like million, 10 million or more. But like, or if we build off open source, if we do the other things we mentioned, all of these are doable within the current funding.
All right. Okay, so Maru has asked, are Critters considering working together with other affected projects such as NFT Worlds and Gridcraft in developing a shared open source game or platform? again,
Yes.
Buffy. Yes.
Yes. If we do go down that path, I think we will likely collaborate.
Okay, we've got a question here from someone's username I can't pronounce. I'm sorry. So what are you going to do in the back? I guess that means in the interim. What are we going to do in the interim?
Right now, in terms of Minecraft, we can keep building, and if we most of the features that we're building right now have the off-chain and on-chain bridge, so we can keep going at that until we get an official statement from Mojang. When they do, if say we need to move everything off-chain, it will be very simple to do so with the current design of Critters.
All right.
We're also like exploring what open source options or developing a game from scratch, what developing a game from scratch would mean. Um, like this is something that takes much more time to like all of the NFT Minecraft projects. We need to come together and think about what kind of features and design this right so like it lasts if we're able or if we're planning to do this long term.
All right. So we're going to keep building. I like that. We should definitely keep building. Maru is typing. Let's see quickly what Maru has to say.
There are some people raising their hands right now too.
All right.
If you want to bring them on.
Yeah, let's bring them on.
Okay, so I could. They've been sent invites. Talk.
Hello.
Hello.
So regarding like the new updates for Minecraft banning the NFT, will if you guys do have to create a new game, how will that affect the plots currently in Minecraft?
Buffy's, I think that one's for you.
Yeah, that's our biggest concern about moving off of Minecraft. If the game is fully compatible in terms of like store how the files are stored, it might be possible to migrate the builds into another game. If not, there's probably some way to reformat the Minecraft builds into the new game.
Okay. And also, one thing to add, I noticed when you were talking about like possible changes in the future with Minecraft and the NFT current situation, like how you said that across servers, like items could become NFTs. One of the things I thought about was like people creating their own servers and going to like creative and stuff, which I think could be a very big problem.
Well,
What's the concern there? If someone creates their own server and
Like if they create their own server where they have like admin and stuff, and they could create anything out of thin air, make it an NFT, which is like the biggest flaw I saw out of that.
well, they would need to have our control over the NFT creation process.
Right.
They couldn't just
Okay.
create an
Are you-
NFT.
Right.
are you talking about the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that case, like, there would be some way to identify like which server a NFT came from because this
Yeah.
bridge would work for any game. There needs to be some way like to say this is tied to this Minecraft server and this is tied to CS:GO. This is
Yeah.
tied to some
Like to
other game.
categorize it so you could.
Yeah.
Like,
So if someone just makes one off of their own creative server, like that would be in its own collection.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This would require some form of like it's kind of like a separate blockchain of its own, which facilitates the off-chain asset to on-chain NFT
Yeah.
conversion. So that like not just some random person could put a random thing on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Who else did we have hands up with, Asumi?
Solar is here. Sorry.
Solar.
There you go.
Let's bring him up. Hey, Solar
All right.
Sailor Neo. Did I say that right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Solar Sailor's fine.
Solar Sailor. Okay.
Yeah. Hey
What's
guys.
going on?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for your hard work. I really appreciate it. Um, Two things. First one is, um, I think you mentioned something about maybe the community getting a little more involved with the m- uh, with next steps, maybe uh, you know, creating something. Um, did I hear that right, or am I a little off?
Uh, the community definitely has your the opinion from the community definitely matters in terms of what we do. Are you talking about like if we
Like
decide to
involvement? Yeah, yeah. It's like,
beyond just Minecraft
yeah,
or
correct.
in that case like we would provide like uh current holders benefits in future whatever project that would be if we have to like move to a new project in that case.
I see. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess I wondered, yeah, if you guys do decide to go down that path, if people are developers within the community, like
Mhm.
it's the case for me, like if there are possibilities to contribute in some form.
Oh.
Um, yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've got if you just want to raise a ticket and uh, say that you're willing to contribute, then we can take a look at that for sure.
gotcha. Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for that. I will do that. Second question is, okay, let's say this uh, things get settled for now with Microsoft, and they say everything can continue the way it was, and all that kind of stuff. Um, wouldn't that still kind of leave the entire community, or like maybe you guys, in a bad spot where they could do this again, or we're sort of like at the
Yeah,
mercy of them? What do you guys
like the cat
think
and
about that?
mouse game. It's just like a cat and mouse
Right.
game. Nabs, I think, had a few ideas on this. Do you want to chime in, Nabs?
Sure. I mean, yeah, this is a ongoing issue, right? With I guess it has to do with compromise, right? And making sure to understand what Microsoft's intent and strategy is. If we
Right.
want the reason, look, to be in transparency, there is a risk building on any centralized platform, right? Even if Tim Sweeney comes and says, Unreal Engine 5 is going to support NFTs and we're all for NFTs, right? But if it affects their bottom line, they could remove NFTs tomorrow, right? So even if any platform is for or against NFTs or blockchain or Web3, there's always a risk when you run on top of them, right? That's something that we have to make sure to understand. But the reason we build on there is because of certain benefits that do bring in terms of player onboarding, existing communities, things like that, right? Um,
Right.
so yeah, this is an option, but there's every option that we've provided has pros and cons. So for this one, if we were to stay with Microsoft, is that we don't have to change our product. We can still continue on, but the con is that we still are undergoing that risk, right? If we move to building out a game or game client, we have full control. But the risk is that it might take 6 months to 2 years to 4 years to build out this thing, right? So there's a different compromise in all these situations, and for sure for when if we build on top of even Unreal Engine, or if we build on top of still on Minecraft, we still are under some kind of risk, right? So yeah,
Right.
that's
Yep.
always something. But the idea and the main thing about this is making sure we understand what Mojang or Microsoft's intent is with this statement, and what are the clear boundaries, right? We're not here to burn bridges. We're not here to spit in the face of Mojang. They have a reason. It's about working together with them to understand what is needed, right? And that's kind of what that strategy is for specifically for that option, right? But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We need to understand what they want. Okay, did that
Yeah.
answer all your questions, Solar?
Yeah, that was great. Thank you, guys.
Okay, cool. Do we have anybody else that wants to come up to the stage right now?
I think AA99.
AA99, do you want to come up to the stage? Hey,
Yeah.
how's it going?
Nice to meet you all in voice. I just want to say thank you. It's very rough for all of us. And as an investor, I think there are different pros and cons also. But at the end of the day, we invest because we believe in the team. So your team, right? So I think the key is remove all the uncertainty. So if I have to choose one of the path, just personally, I would rather take more risk for maybe even less upside rather than being pulled again and again, unless we have something in writing from them when you negotiate. Or we are not really in a big position to negotiate with them, but any thing in writing will probably be better than guessing. And I would take more risk and remove all the uncertainty if we want any of our investment to have a better value down the road. So that's my comment. And other than that, I'm always here, and I just want to reassure everybody else that I'm still very, very positive. I have 400 plots, and I'm staying, and I will work with the team. We will all work with the team to get this through. I just don't like to be pulled like this by the big companies. So let's stick together. Show that we can do it, or even show it with other projects that have that are in the same situation, and we will move through this. Don't look for the immediate quick return now. I hope everybody will stay and try to make us a better product down the road. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Okay, AA99, thank you for that fantastic support. It means a lot. Is there anybody else that wants to come up to the stage to follow that? Have we got any questions left in the town hall? Let's have a look. Okay. We've got a couple in here that we could probably do. Maru is asking, could you please explain more about moving the assets off-chain? How can we give proof that we own an asset or item without connecting the MetaMask wallet? How about earning block rewards? Question for Boffies, probably.
Explain more. Well, your assets right now are kind of off-chain. So when you play in game, like you're earning blocks off-chain, and when you claim it, it becomes on-chain. With plots and critters, you earn blocks with critters because we know you own this thing off-chain in some way. And we also know that you can build on a specific plot because off-chain it says that you own this plot. There's a synchronization between on-chain and off-chain. So it's possible to basically we would remove the ability to claim blocks, and to if everything needs to be off chain, it just means the blocks need to stay in game only, and so do the critters and plots. And in terms of MetaMask, we can tie the assets to your Minecraft account, but there's also, I believe, like using MetaMask doesn't constitute being integrated with the blockchain. So
No, it doesn't. I mean, if we're just doing signatures, we're just doing a
Yeah.
single sign-on with private and public keys. We're not necessarily using
That's
blockchain
right.
because we're not broadcasting to any nodes. So
it can still be everything can be associated with your specific Ethereum account.
All right. We're getting towards the end of our time here, so let's just do one more question. A10 Thought Hog What direction is the team leaning towards if Mojang does flat out ban NFTs and blockchain? Buffy, I think that one's for you.
Every option after the ban option is, I think we'll have the off chain no matter what, because like we would still want to have the server running. Then which option we choose after that, I think we'll have more discussions on.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
gotta
So
wait for more clarification from Mojang.
We need more
too.
information, that's right.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't really know what the concrete rules are yet. Okay, I think Asumi has one last question to take. Over to you.
Yeah, Greasy Play asks, is a collaboration with NFT World still an option, or are they not working with other projects? Well, as mentioned beforehand, we are in contact with all the other NFT Minecraft projects, one of them being NFT Worlds, of course, and they have opened the possibility for us to work together as a whole team of NFT projects. We are all affected by this this article that was published. So they have decided to go on a path already. We haven't yet. We're just waiting on the guidelines to make a proper decision. We need to be informed because if we do decide to join them, we will have to transform the whole project. So that's where we're standing right now.
All right. Thanks, Asumi, for that. And I think we're coming up towards the end of the time here. Thanks, everybody, for joining the bi-weekly town hall. We will keep building, and that's the bottom line. Critters will keep building. Thanks, everybody, for joining.
Thanks, everybody. I do appreciate you guys coming on and listening to this. It is important to know that we've been having a rough couple of weeks as a project, but we are confident that we will be able to find a solution to this issue. That's all I want to say for now. If you have any questions for me or the team, please tag me in Overworld as well. I will be taking a look, or feel free to DM me with any thoughts or solutions that you might come up with. We are here to listen to you as well. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Asumi.
Thanks
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Peace out.